Sunday Night Quarterback is sponsored by Midwest Bank Center.
All right, Brady, you're walking off the field on Saturday after you win. You're pleased that you're still 4-0, but you didn't seem real happy. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, I think you're reading that correctly. I think it was kind of a sigh of relief walking off the field, knowing that we're still 4-0, knowing that no harm was done if we can move forward from this and get better. But at the same time, I think this team and me, we've set a standard of how we want to play and how we want things to go and what we want to do this year. And I felt like for a large majority of that game, I don't think we played up to that standard. So there was mixed emotions, but at the end of the day, I was definitely happy we pulled that one off.
Coach this morning talked on KMOX about you having the weight of the world on your shoulders. Are you letting negativity creep in at all, or do you think maybe you need to think more positively and look at the good things you guys have done?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think, especially playing quarterback, each week you analyze and critique, and you're constantly reviewing the bad plays, the things that went wrong, the things you could do better. And at the same time, a lot went right. There was a lot of good plays throughout the first 4 games. Even last night, there was some awesome stuff that we put on tape. So I think, finding that balance is going to be huge, and just understanding, we're 4-0. We won 4 games, and that's the record we wanted going into the first bye week, and we have it. So, we're 4-0, and there's a lot of stuff to get better. There's a lot of stuff on tape that we can clean up, and we haven't played our best game yet. We haven't played our best ball yet. So I think it's encouraging, and it's important to have that balance emotional wise.
Let's get to some of those good things. Take me through the touchdown pass to Luther in overtime. That seemed just letter perfect.
Yeah, that was an awesome play. We repped it all week. We actually set it up earlier in the game with just a quick out to Luther, same formation, same motion. And, Kirby pretty much knew he wanted to call that first play of overtime. It's a double move to Luther. We repped it really good all week. And, he executed the route perfectly, sold it, turned his eyes back, the corner jumped it, and I knew we had it pretty much immediately. I saw the safety go to the middle of the field, and boy, we needed that one. That was huge, and shout out to Luther for making the big play.
Another Luther question, and I know it's not your play calling, and I know you have so many other weapons, but do you ever wonder how it would turn out if he just touched the ball like 10, 12 times a game?
Yeah. I think there's always a balance, right? And we do have a lot of playmakers, but Luther is one of those guys, and I think the more you can get him the ball, the better. And I think we're going to keep finding ways to do it, because whenever he has the ball in his hands, usually good things happen.
And when you don't give him the ball, Nate Noel gets it from you, and he had a magnificent day, 199 yards. Tell me a little bit about him. What makes him tick? Why is he special?
The first thing is his speed. Nate Noel is fast. He's probably one of the fastest running backs Mizzou's had in a long, long time. He can go, and when he sees a hole, he can go. And just second level wise, like, he makes one cut on a safety, one cut on a corner, and he's out the gate. So I think his speed sets him apart big time. And then really just who he is. He's a quiet guy. He's pretty shy, but he knows his job cold. He loves this team. He loves Coach Drink. He loves what we're doing here, and he's just really bought in. So he's been the perfect fit, and it doesn't surprise me at all. He went for 200 last night.
How much power do you have in the playmaking decisions or the play calling decisions, the 4th and 1 at the end of regulation? Do you have any voice in that discussion? And if you did, what would you have done?
I do not. I don't have any voice in that type of decision. I know, that's above my level of control out there for sure. I think I stand with Coach Drink on that decision. I think he made the right one. I think he made the mature decision, and I think it worked out for us in the end. Luke Bauer had an awesome punt, pinned him at the 4 or 5, and we knew they wouldn't be able to go the distance from there with that much time on the clock. So, I think it was a smart play. Had the offense converted better on those short yardage situations earlier in the game against those looks they were giving us, I think it might be different. But we weren't converting throughout the game on some of those short yardage situations, and I can completely understand why he did what he did.
I know you're worried about your offensive players, but I'm wondering, when your kicker is struggling, missing 3 field goals, do you have time to get to him during a game to pick him up, or are you too locked in with your offensive teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. I try not to, I don't want to go coach the kicker. I don't want to tell him how to do his job because, Blake's a professional. He knows what he needs to do. He's an awesome kicker. I know he knows what to do. So I try not to tell him too much. I just want to know, I just want him to know that, I'm with him. And I believe in him. The team believes in him because we do. We've seen it. I mean, he's nails in practice. He's shown some big kicks in the first 3 games so far. And we know he's got it in him. So, if I can get over there once or twice a game just to make sure, hey, we believe in you. Go out there, do your thing. Don't worry about it. That type of thing, just to make sure he has that confidence going out for the next kick. And last night he went out there, made the kick we needed at the end.
What do you do during bye week? Do you get any extra time off?
Yeah, so we're actually off today for the most part, just treatment. And then next Friday and Saturday we'll be completely off. So those are kind of our off days to get away from the facility, watch college football on Saturday, kind of just act like a normal college football watcher, which is always fun. But it's great. You get extra time. You get extra time to practice. First of all, you get extra time to watch film and just practice like it's fall camp and go against the defense and work on certain things you need to work on. But at the same time, you're not preparing for an opponent as intensely, so you kind of have that pressure lifted off and you're able to look within and really just enjoy the week. So bye week's going to be huge for this team. I think, playing 4 games and then having a bye week's huge. We've kind of figured out where we're at, what we need to do to get better and kind of what this team's all about. So I'm super excited for this week. It's going to be a good one.